Hey, this is Mark.
And this is Eddie.
And we're from Suicide Silence. And you're watching, how do you say it?
Grasa Production?
Grasa Production.
Hello everybody and welcome back. I'm here with Mark and Eddie from Suicide Silence.
Hi.
Thank you for taking your time, guys.
Of course. It's our pleasure.
So, you're touring with Caliban this time through
No.
Europe.
Not true.
Not true?
Not
Where do you
true.
get this information from?
These are lies. They're feeding you lies. It's all propaganda.
Who is
Yes,
it
we're
then?
on tour with Caliban.
Okay. Who? Where do you know each other from?
Us and Caliban? Technically, I met Caliban in 2007 with my old band. They invited us. We were a new band, and they invited us out to do this kind of same tour in 2007. And I've been friends with them ever since. I was also a pretty big fan of Shadow Hearts when it came out. I thought it was like the beginnings of metalcore, and it was cool that it was a European band, because up until then I'd never heard of European heavy metal or anything like that. I mean, other than, the Judas Priests or the Sonata Arctica and stuff like that, Epica and whatnot. But there was never any bands that were a little bit closer to my age, and like heavy. And they were really cool, really heavy, and I liked them a lot. And I would go see them whenever they would come to the United States. So for me, it was an honor to be on tour with them. And then we've had a friendship and relationship ever since. I've been really good friends with these guys. And it turns out that they were really good friends with Suicide Silence too. So when I joined Suicide Silence, it was like a big mixture of a lot of friends. It was really cool.
So last time you told me that it was always fun touring with MMU, so it's the same with Caliban, like a big family?
Of course. Most of the bands that we've toured with, you've known them for a long time, so it's always a lot of fun. It's like a reunion every single time you go on tour.
Okay. So your fans also seem to be excited about you touring with Caliban, because your US fans, for example, on Facebook they wrote, bring them with you, or your UK fans, they seem to be quite disappointed when Caliban cancelled the dates in March, I think it was.
We reschedule for March. We'll come back and do those shows, so we'll make it up, and it won't be as fucking cold in the UK as it would be if we were there now. And yeah, we're excited to come back. We haven't been to the UK in a while. So once that's like set in stone and we get it all rolling, that'll fucking kick some ass.
Right.
Yeah. But back to the... But no, I saw Caliban and Suicide Silence play a show in California in like 2004. Before I was even in Suicide Silence. Long ass time ago. When we were just young tykes.
Sick name drop, bro.
Yeah, right? But way before.
And now you're touring, you're a part of it. Awesome.
Yes. Well, that's all we can talk about with Caliban on this tour is like, we're still here doing this. How are we still here doing this? Fucking Patrick, the drummer of Caliban's the oldest guy I know. in the scene. I'm not even kidding. I was like, you're fucking... Well, I joke, he's like 80, but he's really, I think, like 40 something. But still, I don't know anybody that plays metalcore or like deathcore or whatever is in this scene world. I don't know anybody that's that old. He's the oldest guy that I know.
Is he?
Yeah. Patrick, dude, you're old. But old in a good way.
Right.
He looks young. He's a handsome
I
devil.
would have never guessed that I told him last night, I was like, yeah, you're probably like 33, maybe. And he's like, you want to go on a date with me?
What did you say?
I said, we're already at the bar. We're already out.
Could have gotten something like candlelight dinner or something. Make him pay for it.
Secret bar. It was an underground bar. It was secret. VIP only.
Oh.
It was cool.
He already invited.
Oh, yeah, that's what we're supposed to do. KIF in Switzerland. KIF let us drink all night last night for free. We partied on their dime. And they were like, just tell everybody that KIF is a good venue. KIF's a sick venue in Ora, Switzerland, I think is how you say it. It's hard to say. It's hard to say.
I didn't even try last night on stage. I was gonna fuck it up really bad, so I just opted out.
Hello, Switzerland.
Yeah, that's what I said. Switzerland, all of you guys.
Fucking cold.
400, but okay.
Cold in Switzerland.
Cold here today too, man.
Yeah, it was cold there.
Fucking cold in Germany right now.
Yeah, it's cold in Germany. It's
It
good.
feels like
Cold is good. I like it.
Temperatures decreased about 15 degrees within 2 days and so.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's why you gotta fill up on the glue wine.
Yeah,
Hey.
or Feuerzangenbowle is even better. It's
Ooh,
what
I
you
don't
get.
know about
It's
that.
what you get in Nuremberg.
Okay.
It's
we
you take
won't be in
you take
Nuremberg.
you take some sugar and you drip
Acid?
rum. No, you drip rum and then you burn it and everything
shit.
that drips down, you
Sounds
know,
like
that
some
burns.
absinthe, some absinthe
Yeah.
shit. Yeah. Ooh.
Oh yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's cool. You only get it in Nuremberg, the biggest one in the world.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but Mark, I gotta ask you something because on Facebook you announced that you are going to increase suicide silence Facebook activity.
Oh.
Yeah. What do you threaten your fans with? so what does that mean?
We'll have we're gonna have some new music videos coming out. We're gonna be pumping all kinds of new shit. There's just so much new shit that's gonna be popping real soon. So it's like, keep your eyes to the Facebook, and there'll be all that kind of shit. But I honestly have no idea when I said that.
So they just
No
forced
clue
you
when I talked about
to
that.
forced you to
Actually,
the
like-
video and.
That's actually like 8 months ago that he posted that, and we made the mistake of hiring a company to run our Facebook, and they took all of our Facebooks and said we're gonna post a lot more, and then they started posting garbage, and we were like, no, you're fired. See you later. This sucks.
There we go.
Yeah. So that's what that was.
We're always posting a bunch of shit on Facebook. Yeah. It's true. It's pretty true.
Really good story. Not only according to alternative press, your new album or your new record is one of the most anticipated albums of 2017. And I read that you just stopped giving a fuck and found yourselves. That's what you said about it.
Yeah.
That you left your own sound behind. Is that why you why the album is going to be self-titled, so called Suicide Silence as well, because it's a new sound and you found yourselves?
Well, yeah. I mean, we've always kind of been digging for this like particular spot in like when you're writing and making music that like kind of is the free spot where it's not like you're you're not trying to do anything. So it's like we finally got the balls to like not be afraid and just go full on and write from our hearts and do something real, and I think that in some aspects the sound is different, but dude, it's Suicide Silence like fucking to the max, like on top of a mountain, fucking shirtless, showing our chest hair, like woo, you know, and like our balls are getting bigger and everything. Our balls are getting bigger. I don't know what that really means, but I bet if somebody's watching this and doesn't speak English very well and they hear me say his balls are getting bigger, they're just like, what the fuck is he talking about? But no, it's an exciting time to be in this band because it feels like after like over a decade now of jamming, and then having Eddie's been in the band for like fucking 4 years, 3.5 years already, and like the ball is spinning and like it just feels so fresh and good and new, like it's like a rebirth kind of thing. And yeah, the record's just something we're really fucking proud of and stoked to build on top of this new piece that we've finished. And every album, every record has to inspire the next, and this record very much so inspires everything we're gonna do in the future. So it's like there's the self-titled, you know, it's like this is fucking Suicide Silence. Now we're gonna rewrite the book, or fucking a whole new book. We already have a big book that we've done, and now it's time for the new one. So we're patiently waiting. The record's been done for so long, so it'll be out in February next year. So check that shit out when it comes out, sons and ladies.
Does it feel like a special burden to you still, for you? Because yeah, I think it's some kind of big pressure on you, Eddie. The first real suicide.
I felt more pressure right away than I do now. I think after the first show, there was a big weight lifted off of my chest, and ever since then it's been working towards making this band a little bit more mine and more my home. The reality is that, you know, that first record we wrote together, You Can't Stop Me, was, you know, kind of us putting on like new boots, you know what I mean? And you have to break them in a little bit, and right away they're gonna give you blisters. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna be nasty. It's gonna be dirty. It's gonna be raw. It's gonna be in your face.
I hate new boots.
New boots are the worst. But this record now, I've been walking in those boots for a while, and they feel like mine. They've formed to my feet, and you know, now there's no blisters. Now I can walk. Now I can just kick some serious ass with those boots, you know. So that's what I'm feeling now. Right now, there's less pressure, and there's more. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. What pressure? Like, well, who's putting pressure on me? Nobody.
Such a poet.
Myself. Nobody's putting any pressure on me.
Words so well.
The boot thing was just poetic.
That was good.
That was really good.
I don't know. I like boots. I'm wearing one right now.
Alright, but still, I think the album or the record was first announced for the end of 2016, and now it's 2017.
Yeah. At first it was that. We didn't go into the studio until it was like a month and something later, and yeah.
The guy we wanted to mix and master it so happened because we went late in the studio, we missed him by a whole like 5 weeks. So like it got just kept getting pushed, like first 2 weeks, then 5 weeks. And they were like, let's just take some time on it and, you know, make sure everything's right. So let's put it out when it's done.
Yeah, but the fact is now everything is fucking perfect. Every time we get artwork back, or concepts for videos, or ideas for songs, or what song needs to stand out and be the single, or all these things that we were really curious about like a couple months ago, now they're very clear and they're very in our faces. We've had a chance to kind of show our friends with the record and show some people in the scene the record. Close the fucking door, you dickheads! And it was just now we know what to do and how to do it right. So it's better to push things back. Take your time on it. You know, it's better to do that.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. But still, what do you think is more difficult? Because you said you stopped giving a fuck what people said about you and about the way you produce and do music. And after Mitch died, for example, and you stepped in his place, I think you had much trouble in fulfilling everybody's expectations. What do you think? What are more difficult thoughts? Like, can we fulfill everybody's expectations, or what do we do if nobody likes our sound anymore, and if everybody thinks that what we do, you know, what I mean?
If you do it from the heart, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where you stop giving a fuck. It's like, if you're doing it, if the people's opinions are the reason you're doing it, then you're fucking yourself, because you're not doing it for any true purpose. So if the purpose of doing it is because you know there's that, like I said before, that spot, like when you're creating the thing for yourself, and that's what matters. It's like it doesn't matter if the record ever even comes out. Just to know that it's been done and we did something that we truly care about like that. That's what matters. Like, no offense to the fans, because we love to play music for people, but I guarantee you're gonna feel the record. That's what it is.
I mean, to make a statement on your backhanded compliment, the fact is I didn't join Suicide Silence for fans.
That's what
I didn't join this band to make fans happy. I joined this band because my friends asked me to be in a band with them.
But that's not what I wanted to say.
I just want to set one thing straight.
Yeah.
I'm not here for you. I'm here for them and for myself. That's why I'm doing this band. Bottom line is, when I do music for the rest of my life, I'm not doing it for you. Even though you like it, it's for me. So if you don't like that, that sucks for you.
So
It's one of those things when you start playing music, you don't have fans. You're not in your bedroom playing guitar or writing poetry or doing anything for like the opinions. It's all of a sudden the opinions become an influence on the art. And that's backwards and hard to distance yourself from. And that's like where fuck, dude, just after doing it for so long, after like not so long, but as long as we have, it's finally like there's like a position where we can be free and just do it. And it's like it's always got to be for yourself. And if you're putting other people before and like trying to do it for others, for your fucking label or your management or anybody else, doesn't matter if it's for your fucking mom, like you are going to create something because of this person, not this person is making you do this. Yeah. So it's like, I don't know, fucking Deftones said it too, and all their interviews, it's like we're always the ones writing music for ourselves, and the fans are like right here below it. It's like you guys matter, but it's like fuck. It's like sometime you got to just shed that shit and fucking dive head first, and if it hurts, it hurts.
Yeah, I mean, I think this new record too. We even stopped being such judgmental assholes on ourselves, because I feel like because in deathcore and in metalcore and pretty much the state of music since the late 90s has been, now I can actually pay attention to what people are saying on the internet instead of it being somebody's opinion at home and then talking to their friends. People put their shit on the internet. So now you can, as an artist, you can see this shit and you're like, oh, well, the formula is that if this person doesn't like it, I'm going to write a song for them, right? Just like what Mark was saying. And, you know, even then we were still writing music for ourselves. But now, when we wrote this last record, it was Ross sat down and was like, listen, if you're writing music for yourself, that's calling yourself the most perfect being on earth. And the fact is none of us are. And that's why we write music, is because the pain of not being perfect is reality. And what we set out to do on this record was to serve the music, was to serve the name Suicide Silence, was to be a band and come together as a unit, not just one individual trying to be anything, you know. That's what I want to be. That's what all of us wanted to be. That's why we joined a band and didn't become solo pop artists. You know, we want to be in a band together, a group of brothers who go out and do one thing together. And that takes unity. That takes everybody giving up your ego, giving up yourself, and being a part of the bigger picture, which is music. Music is ancient. It's one of the most ancient languages there is. So you're telling me that people with their uneducated selves are going to come here and judge me on what I do musically? I don't give a fuck.
Really, I also think that your real fans are going to understand it and feel the passion that you're going to have inside.
The heart is there,
yeah.
100%.
So they're going to understand your new stuff as well.
Of course.
That's what I think.
Which is what makes me not so afraid and takes a lot of pressure off, and which is why I'm able to speak like this. It's reality.
Yeah. They know you and they know what you're going through and your development as well.
You're gonna like it. You're gonna fucking love it. You fucking battery. Fuck.
Maybe you can tell me something, because I only read a few rumors about the first song. I only found one video on YouTube, and it was played at a festival. And the only rumor I found about it was that it is called Doris. Is it right?
Doris, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It is
confirmation on Grasser Production.
And we're going to play it tonight,
yeah?
so you get to hear it tonight. Sorry to fans that are going to be seeing this on the internet. We also will be releasing pretty soon a video and the song so that people can listen to it. Yeah, the song is called Doris, which is kind of a weird name. I remember when we were writing the song, I had a whole different set of lyrics. This is a song that we wrote in 2 days in the studio. We didn't have any material ready. And we were writing, and I had these kind of throwaway lyrics that I was writing them, and they just weren't vibing with the song, and I got really frustrated because I didn't have any material, and I remember just being frustrated, and then getting pissed off, and then walking outside onto the beach. We were recording right near the beach, and I walked onto the beach, and all of a sudden I got these memories of my aunt, and that's why the song is called Doris. Is I've got all these memories about my aunt, and just like the turmoil that happened within my family, and it caused a lot of stress on me as a kid. So I was, out of nowhere, I started just going off on this with Ross, and he's like, "This is what the song's about. This is what the song's about." And we wrote the lyrics, and the lyrics were awesome. But then when the time came to put a title on the song, I couldn't think of anything. I have a really hard time naming things. I don't know why, but it's always been a problem. But the one thing that stood out was, well, the song's about my aunt. Why not call it this? It's such an old school name, you know. It's Doris. It's really not normal.
Sounds quite German, actually.
Does it? Yeah, Doris. Yeah, but it's my aunt's name, and you know, the song is pretty much a love letter to her, to say, hey, you know, we have our differences, but in the end, I love you, and everything that you've put me through has made me stronger.
Cool. Got a real statement. Cool. Yeah, I heard it first, and it's a really cool story about it.
I've actually never told anybody that, so you get this.
Cool. Yeah, I'm happy about it. You mentioned Ross a few times. Ross Robinson, I suppose.
Who? What?
Ross Robinson?
Who's that? Do you know who he is?
Is he? You're kidding me! All
Yes, Ross Robinson.
Ross Robinson. You worked for the first time.
Yes.
With him to get. Is right?
Yes.
What role did he play in developing the album for you personally? Or because you mentioned him.
Well, he's I want to say that him and Korn are the reason that Suicide Silence exists. Christopher Garza is one of the biggest Korn fans that I've ever met in my life. When I first met Suicide Silence in 2006, I remember really thinking, like, because all my friends that were playing deathcore were all like, "Oh man, you need to listen to Behemoth and Cannibal Corpse and Slayer and fucking all these heavy bands," and like there was no nu metal, and if you liked nu metal, you kind of got made fun of. And he was one of the first dudes that was like, "I fucking love Korn, and I don't give a fuck what you got to say about that." And it kind of made me respect that about him, and made me see that he had a bigger picture in mind. And I was also a big fan of Slipknot, Korn, Glassjaw. All those bands are touched by Ross Robinson, and I remember, I don't pay attention to names much. I've never been really into that. I like music, and music touches me really deeply, but I'm really bad at like knowing names and knowing the people in the bands. That's why I think interviews sometimes are a little bit weird, but that's just my personal problem. Either way, the fact is, Ross Robinson was on all these records, and it's a name that always stuck out, and I was like, well, this guy must have a big influence on these bands. And this was our first time working with him, and when we stepped into the studio, I remember me being like a fanboy and being like, "Oh my god, I love you, you're the best." And he's like, he looks at me and he goes, "Dude, everything you're saying right now, you're just saying about yourself, because you're here right now, and we gotta fucking write a sick record." And when he said that to me, it was like my suit came off, and I was naked, and I was ready to fucking crush. And that's the influence that Ross has on people, is he makes you step out of yourself and be confident and really put something that comes from the heart out.
So he was some kind of inspirational coach for you.
Sixth member of the band for a period of time. He really involves himself in it, and just like what Eddie said, like his influence on music is directly, a reason why we are a band. And so us being, with him and recording a record with him was like this big full circle thing for him, for us, for the whole situation. So it was just like a very mystical, magical time of like just nuttiness. And yeah, we were all like living in the house together and fucking writing music for like 7 weeks. We just hardly even took days off, just did our thing, and it was great. It was a good time.
Yeah, 2 months. 2 months of singing. It was pretty brutal.
You seem quite happy and quite as if you've really found yourselves. I really have to say that, quite relaxed and.
That's why the name of the record is Suicide Silence.
Yeah.
We found ourselves. We came to a new agreement. We came to a new understanding. I think the band was able to see what kind of singer I really am deep down. I think the lyrics on this record really put a stamp on what we're going to be doing in the future and the beginnings of what I have to unleash into the world. It was kind of the first record where I was able to feel extremely comfortable, and I not feel like I'm trying to fit some kind of mold and be some kind of sick death metal singer and the deepest growler and the highest screamer. Like all these things that's like I thought were normal are really just like I'm holding myself back and I'm not allowing myself to really fly, you know? And this record, I said, fuck it all. We're flying. We're going to jump off this cliff. And we did. We jumped off. And then we took the air, and now we're soaring. And that's why I'm happy. It's because we didn't crash land on the floor, you know? It didn't fall apart. Because when you jump off of a cliff together, you know, it really puts everybody's relationships to the test. And you really have to look at each other and go, well, these are my brothers, and I have faith in everybody in here. And when that's the case, everything just goes right up. And that's what we're doing right now. We're on our climb. You better be ready, motherfuckers.
I'm so excited. I'm so looking forward to hearing the new album.
You'll love it.
All right. So, one last question. You're back in Europe right now. Are you happy to be here after all this going on in America?
I just got back from the Christmas market. Fucking stoked. I love Europe and this time. It's good.
Right. And it's Christmas, like you said. Do you have anything charitable going on this year as well?
Yeah, actually, we're on this tour, we've been emailing back and forth. We like to do something every year around Christmas time. Last year we did a benefit show for mental health awareness in LA. We raised enough money to create what we called Mitch's Closet, and it was I think that's the name, right? Mitch's Closet. Yeah. And it's basically a place where people can donate clothes, and homeless mental health patients in Los Angeles can go and grab clothes and feel like normal, you know, because without a home, without a place to go, without family, without food, you feel like you don't belong in society, and it'll drive you crazy, you know. It'll make you feel really bad about yourself. So if we can help in a little bit, we're doing a lot. And this year, what we're going to be doing is we've been working with a group called Living the Dream, and we're going to be donating guitars, microphones, signed posters, pictures, T-shirts, things like that. And we're going to do a big auction and try to see if we can gather some money and donate it to Living the Dream. Living the Dream is a company that is a nonprofit that takes terminally ill people and allows them to come to shows, live out a last dream, and hopefully that helps them bring their morale up and get better. So we're going to be working with them, and we're really excited. They helped sponsor our last tour, and they're really, really fucking amazing people. And
I'm gonna raffle off the guitar I played in the YOLO video. So yeah, I don't know. I forget. It's gonna be like a bunch of tickets. So you buy a ticket and you could win it. Get a chance to win the guitar. So yeah, there'll be like one of a kind stuff people can go get tickets for, and yeah, it'll be nice. Yeah, it's good.
All right, so that was my last question. I wish you a very good show tonight and a very great tour. Very nice Christmas.